The Bay and Beak, the Bay and Beak, Bay and Beak, Bay and Beak Show. Yeah. Beaker, you're just chilling, man. You want to come over here? Come over here and chill with me? It is the Bay and Beak Show, after all. Come on. Come up here. Welcome, sir. Let's show everybody your very, very fuzzy, relatively cheap Christmas sweater. You are so cute. He's really pulling off the turtlenecks this season, I have to say. It is all the rage, darling, all the rage. I just love it on you. You know, it really accentuates your face and the remaining part of your neck. We got to get down to the nitty gritty here. A big thing that we're going to cover in this session of the Bay and Beak Show. And by the way, welcome to the Bay and Beak Show. That's the show that you're watching right this second. The Bay and Beak Show. It's happening. Okay, so the reason why it's so important that we analyze ourselves and what's going on internally and finding out what makes us tick, what makes us happy, what makes us come alive, all that stuff. Remember, we covered that. So the reason why we do that is because that is the foundation. You have to know who you are in order to really function to your highest ability in life. Because any situation, if you don't really know who you are, then you could allow other people to dictate what kind of decisions that you make. And some of those decisions can be huge, life changing. And you're going to do it because of the way that other people view you, or you're afraid of that you can't do that. And a lot of people end up in that because they didn't strengthen themselves. They didn't really figure out before they encountered all these people and all these situations in life. They didn't do the work. You have to do the work. We just have to get to that point where we really want to. And that's the thing. And that's something that I really want to get across to you guys as well through this series or show or whatever we call this. Is that a lot of the stuff that we think is really difficult for us to do is actually not. It's actually pretty simple. In order to navigate through life with so much more ease and peace and contentment is to know who you are. We have to know who we are. And believe it or not, I really don't think a lot of people do. The more that you really get in touch with yourself too, the more open you are to learning new things. If you're closed off and you're only going by what you were taught, how you were raised, that can go with anything. That could go with religion, with beliefs, with politics, with the way that with your diet, with the way that you live, the kind of relationships you have. I mean, all of this stuff comes from childhood. Let's be real. I mean, there's so much trauma. Oh my gosh. Everybody's just recovering from their childhood. Let's be real. That's a whole nother episode. Anyways, you're not alone. If you don't know who the heck you are, what the heck's going on, welcome to the club, buddy. We are all just trying to figure it out day after day, month after month, year after year. And half the time, we just get into a routine and we become numb to everything and just comfortable. And then when you get into a rut, and then people get into depression, anxiety, and then they wonder why, because they're just doing the same stuff that essentially is making them unhappy, but they just keep doing it. Stop. Stop doing things that don't make you happy, that don't, and be happy too, though, in the moment. There are certain things that you're just not going to be able to control. Sometimes we're going to screw up and make mistakes, and some of them are going to be monumental and we're going to have to deal with them. But if you change your mindset about certain things, not only within yourself, but the outside world, it makes things a whole lot easier. You can be happy, you can be content, even in the turmoil, even while you're going through stuff. So, we're making mistakes along the way, guys, right? Of course. But in the meantime, you're going to have some really fantastic breakthroughs and triumphant moments, and you're going to really be... When you go through life and certain circumstances, that's when you learn about yourself truly anyways. That's why you're always doing that. We're always learning about ourselves. It's never figured out. You don't ever have this figured out. You're never at the you're never at the top. You're gonna hit some precipices. I think I said that right. But you're always kind of gonna strive for something. So while you're always striving for something higher, which we should be doing to be the best versions of ourselves, remain happy and at peace in that moment. Don't be like, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be like, wait until, oh, I'll be happy when this happens. Then you'll never be happy. That's the circle of life. That's the waves. You have to have the good with the bad. The bad doesn't exist without the good. The good doesn't exist without the bad. Duality, baby. It's a word. Look it up. I had mentioned to you in the previous video that when we are looking within ourselves, we may come across, I do this a lot, by the way. I'm just going to be using my hands all the time, so I apologize if it drives you nuts. I'm talking to you like I'm talking to my friend. I'm just going to fiddle, I'm going to fiddle with stuff. When you are looking at these characteristics within yourself, of yourself, you may come across some of them that are negative, and you may even come across some memories or feelings or things about you that you don't even want to think about. And that's okay. That's actually probably more prevalent than you realize. And that's fine. We all have flaws. And you are seeing flaws within yourself that you can acknowledge and admit. That in itself is such a big step. And I'm so proud of you for doing that, because that's where the meat is. That's when you can really start loving yourself. I know it doesn't make much sense, but you have to be honest with yourself about all the attributes. You have to put it all out on the table, whatever it is. Whatever it is. However scary it may be, because it's going to be scary sometimes. There's some people that are trapped, and nobody can untrap you but you. Life is short. It's too short to not be who you are in it. And that's the whole point. You guys hear it all the time, especially now with social media. Everybody compares. Everybody's comparing their life to everybody else's. And everything looks so beautiful and perfect. Instagram feeds especially. And I get it. Nobody wants to air any of the stuff that they go through that's negative. It's all... yeah, it's what you perceive and how you see it and how they put it out, right? But the problem is that we are comparing our lives to lives that really don't exist. And I don't mean that the people that are posting these great things, this stuff doesn't happen. Of course it does. But these things are just snapshots of lives. We don't really know what's going on, behind closed doors. It could be far better than that. It could be far worse. The point is that with the way things are now, the technology era that we're in, it used to be magazines, don't compare yourself to the magazine. It's all we have now is just a really big magazine that we're always in, looking at all the time. And it's really detrimental to some people because it just makes them more upset and depressed. And I hope that if there's anything that I can teach you, is things aren't always what they seem. So that's why it's so important to just be who you really are. Everybody thinks what they want to think anyway, so you might as well just be you. I mean, kind of like Jim Carrey says, this is kind of similar. If you're going to fail at doing what you don't love, you might as well fail at what you do love. So keep trying to do what you love, even though you're failing, because you could be failing at something you don't even want to do. If people are looking at you and they think a certain way of you, screw them. Screw it. You are you. You do you. You do you, boo. All right, guys. So I don't want to bore you and keep you and talk to you about looking within. We know. Look within, Bailey. Look within. So yeah, do that. Would you just look within for me? My point is, if you see flaws in yourself, brah, it's okay. It's good. It's all good. It's good. It's good. Good.
like that, you know.
You guys, look at my dog and me. You want to see this all the time. So go down below. I probably said that wrong. Subscribe. Just look below and subscribe to my channel. To Beak's channel. It's not even really my channel. It's mostly his. I mean, he does all the work. He's the cute one. Aren't you?